Generally, the value of AC resistance is the value of DC resistance at the same operating point. A smaller than, B larger than, C the same as, D unrelated to. The correct answer is smaller than. The forward characteristics curve of a diode grows in form A linear, B exponential, C logarithmic, D sinusoidal. The correct answer is exponential. An increase in temperature of a semiconductor can result in the number of free electrons in the material. A substantial increase, B substantial decrease, C slight decrease, D no change. The correct answer is substantial increase. In the atomic lattice D and form the nucleus. A electrons neutrons, B electrons protons, C neutrons protons, D none of the above. The correct answer is neutrons protons. Ge and Psi have an coefficient in forward bias. A positive temperature, B negative temperature, C absolute temperature, D temperature free. The correct answer is negative temperature. The term is often used when comparing the resistance level of materials. A permittivity, B inductivity, C conductivity, D resistivity. The correct answer is resistivity. The reverse recovery time of most commercial switching diodes is in the range of A picoseconds, B a few nanoseconds, C several microseconds, D milliseconds. The correct answer is a few nanoseconds. Diodes are connected to increase the current carrying capacity. A in series, B in parallel, C in parallel series, D none of the above. The correct answer is in parallel. The current through a diode the DC resistance level. A higher lower, B lower lower, C lower higher, D higher higher. The correct answer is lower higher. The heavier the current in a Zener diode in reverse bias dynamic resistance value. The more the, B the less the, C there is substantially more, D there is no change in the. The correct answer is the less the. In N-type material D is called the majority carrier. A electron, B hole, C proton, D neutron. The correct answer is electron. Any electron that has left its parent atom has energy state relative to any electron in the atomic structure. A the same, B a lower, C a higher, D an undefined. The correct answer is a higher. Varying the can control the location of the Zener region. A forward current, B doping levels, C forward voltage, D DC resistance. The correct answer is doping levels. The AC resistance of a diode is the of the characteristic curve at the Q point of operation. A reciprocal of the slope, B slope, C midpoint, D average value. The correct answer is reciprocal of the slope. The potential at which the characteristics curve vertical rise occurs is commonly referred to as the A offset, B threshold, C firing potential, D all of the above. The correct answer is all of the above. The reverse saturation current IS will just in magnitude for every 10 C increase in temperature. A double, B remain the same, C halve, D triple. The correct answer is double. The intensity of lead is greatest at degrees and the least at degrees. A 090, B 4590, C 045, D 90-180. The correct answer is 090. Introducing those impurity elements that have valence electrons creates the N-type material. A0, B3, C4, D5. The correct answer is 5. The reverse bias current with the increase of temperature. A decreases, B increases, C remains the same, D none of the above. The correct answer is increases. The test current in a Zener diode IZT is the current defined by the power level. A 0.25, B 0.5, C 0.75, D 1.00. The correct answer is 0.25. The temperature coefficient can be for different Zener levels. A positive, B negative, C 0, D all of the above. The correct answer is all of the above. The diffused impurities with valence electrons are called acceptor atoms. A0, B3, C4, D5. The correct answer is 3. N is the simplest of semiconductor devices. A diode, B transistor, C operational amplifier, D SCR. The correct answer is diode. The reverse saturation current level is typically measured in A Pa, B A, C Ma, D A. The correct answer is A. The depletion width in the forward bias which results in having a majority flow across the junction. A widens, B remains unchanged, C shrinks, D widens and shrinks alternatively. The correct answer is shrinks.